Have you ever wondered what it truly means to have a healthy relationship with food? Join me in today's video as we explore the signs of food freedom and break free from diet culture myths. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell in the corner so you're notified every time I publish a new video about emotional eating and how you can live with food freedom. I'm Meredith MacKenzie. I'm a clinical therapist, an intuitive eating coach, and the founder of the One Body to Love program. I've helped hundreds of women to overcome their challenging relationships with food so they can live with food freedom and learn to eat intuitively. One of the biggest concerns I hear in my practice from my clients is their concerns about their health. They worry, if I stop restricting or meticulously watching what it is that I'm eating, being concerned in this way, I'm not going to be healthy anymore. I am going to lose all control and I'm going to give in to all of my cravings, and it's going to lead to negative health outcomes. And this is actually something that I've had very deep conversations with the members of our One Body to Love program on. One of the biggest struggles as they're going through their own food freedom journey is the societal pressure to continue to engage in diet culture. The belief that if I am not dieting, what am I doing? If I am not actively trying to lose weight and to reduce my body size, what does that mean about my physical health and the comments that other people are going to make about me? And it can feel wrong to take a step back and say, I'm not going to engage in dieting anymore. I'm going to focus on other aspects of my health, because we have been so conditioned in our society to believe that dieting is the way to strive towards health, particularly if you live in a bigger body. And one of the main reasons for this is diet culture has very successfully equated thinness to health, and we all subscribe to it. Now I'm just gonna say, I already know the hate I'm gonna get in the comments for this video, and it just goes to show how pervasive toxic diet culture is. But I wanna give you some research, science-backed data here. The contemporary and quite nuanced research that is going on currently investigating health outcomes and what it is that truly matters when it comes to individuals' health show that promoting behaviors towards dieting in this anti-obesity lens have actually been the opposite of helpful in promoting health in individuals. It's a very simplistic view and belief that looking at correlational data, which simply means if one thing is related to another thing, such as higher weight being related to poorer health, that must mean that it causes those things, is just not true and not how we should be looking at scientific data. I already have another video on this, so I'm just gonna link it right here so you can go and look at that here. But what the research is showing us is that taking these wide brushstrokes and saying that losing weight should be the main focus and that is how we're all gonna be healthier, that is not realistic, and that is also not accurate. Instead, research now is showing that it's focusing on the health promoting behaviors and what we're actually doing to promote our health that is going to be the key to finding better health for everyone. And so sure, improving nutrition and movement are definitely on the list, but so are things like reducing stress, improving mental health, improving socioeconomic variables for people, improving aspects of trauma and the lifestyle that people are living and the things that they're exposed to in their homes, access to good health care, and reducing prejudice and racism. These are the more nuanced variables. We can also see that those things are also correlated with living in a larger body, and so it's understandable why some of them would also be related to poorer health. And one of the biggest problems with this focus on weight loss as being the solution to our health concerns is that 95% of diets don't work. People enter them with great intentions and they don't do it to have it ended negatively. However, it ends up impacting the relationship that so many of us have with food in our bodies because we blame ourselves and we feel like we've done something wrong when those diets fail. And I want to know from you, when you consider what a good or healthy relationship with food and your body would look like, what signs would you be looking for? How would you know if you had a healthy relationship with food? Let me know in the comment section down below. So at this point in the video, I encourage you to pull out a piece of paper and a pen, pencil, and to just take note of some of these signs that you have a healthy relationship with food, and just do a little mini assessment for yourself to determine where you're at. So based on my experience working with individuals with eating disorders and disordered eating, as well as plenty of women with very happy and healthy relationships with food, a healthy relationship with food looks like a few different things. The first is having peaceful, non-consuming thoughts about food and your body and what it is that you're going to be eating. It looks like not worrying about what the next meal is that you're going to be eating, not calculating or trying to determine or debate, going back and forth with should I, shouldn't I? Well, maybe I could have a little bit of that, or any kind of mental negotiation with yourself about what it is that you're going to be eating and what you should be allowing yourself to eat. And yeah, it's totally normal to be maybe doing a little bit of like, what should I be eating, and giving it some thought. But the time that takes is quite time limited. You're able to think about your food, what it is that you would like to eat, what it is you might have access to in the fridge cupboard, what you might need to go out to the grocery store and grab, and move on, not thinking about it again until that is that meal time and it's time to prepare the food. It also looks like not having automatic thoughts about food and how it's going to affect your body. Now, automatic thoughts are the thoughts that you really have no control over. They just pop into your mind quite quickly. And sometimes if you're not trying to recognize them or you're not trying to really attend to them, they can come in so quickly that you don't even notice. And what we actually experience more so is the emotional heaviness that comes with them that lets us know, oh, okay, I must have just had a really worrisome thought. This can look like worries about like, well, if I eat this, is it going to affect my weight? Am I going to gain weight from it? Am I going to lose control of my eating? Is my shape going to change? Or even things like somatic feelings of, is this going to cause bloating? Is it going to make my stomach feel distended? Am I going to feel uncomfortable when I eat this food? And I just want to add, a little caveat here that there are people who experience health conditions and concerns that do impact how they physically feel. And I don't want to negate that by any means. And this is maybe a bit of one of the more trickier or nuanced aspects of assessing disordered eating or a difficult relationship with food that you might want to talk more about with a family doctor or a therapist. But sometimes too, they can also intertwine and be overlapping in some ways. A healthy relationship with food also looks like being able to attend to and recognize and then respond in kind to your hunger and your fullness cues. Being able to recognize as your hunger is creeping up slowly, listening to your body's cues and then saying, okay, I'm going to go grab something. I'm going to eat according to this cue, or I'm going to eat in preparation knowing that I'm not going to have a lot of time later on in the day, so I'm going to make sure I have a big meal now. And then also recognizing and listening to the fullness that happens within your body. That usually is accompanied by a quick or ravenous style of eating, so that you're able to calmly eat and listen to your fullness as you're eating, and then stop when your body tells you that it's had enough. I do want to reference Ellen Satter here as well. She has a beautiful definition of what normal eating looks like. And in this definition, she explains that sometimes we eat more and we feel a little uncomfortable. And sometimes we eat a little bit less and we wish we had more to eat. And that is totally normal. Having these ebbs and flows in how we eat and how we relate to food is normal, and it's just part of being a human being. And so that takes me into another point of what a healthy relationship with food looks like. It's being able to eat what you want, when you want it, without feeling any guilt or shame or having a heaviness linger with you. Not thinking about it later, not returning to it and questioning yourself or wondering if you should or shouldn't have had what you had. It's pretty much being able to have the food and just let it go and move on. Healthy relationship with food also looks like being able to be flexible with your eating. That means that even if you have a dinner prepared and you're really excited for that dinner, but a friend calls you up and says, hey, you want to go out? We're going to go grab pizza. That you're able to say, sure, I want to do that. The funds are available. I have the time. I want to join you. And then popping whatever you have prepared back in the fridge so that you're able to enjoy those social outings. And it is possible to have a healthy relationship with food and still eat for emotional reasons, such as comfort or enjoyment of that food. But when we start to get into the territory of coping with our emotions with food on a consistent basis, or really numbing out our emotions with food, that's when the relationship with food becomes more of the unhealthy variety. Another thing that I think is a real telltale sign of a healthy relationship with food or not is whether or not you feel the urge or the need to be secretive about your eating, to eat something maybe in private, or to not fully disclose what it is that you're eating, or even feeling the need to be performative in the way that you're eating in front of other people. So maybe that means that if you were having a meal on your own, you would eat completely different or quite a bit differently than you would in front of other people. So maybe you are eating more in front of them to make it seem as though you're eating in a healthy healthful way, or it could even be the opposite, that you're eating smaller portions. Really, it just depends on how that relationship with food is for you personally. Now, in situations where you are gathering with other people for a social event and food is present, food would be a component of the evening or the event if you had a healthy relationship with food. It wouldn't be something that you felt the need to retreat inward, to think about, to debate with yourself, or to even try to avoid eating or getting close to the food, because you were able to be fully present in the moment with the other people that are there, and to be able to eat food and enjoy it and not have it be a big focus of your social event. And finally, if you have a truly healthy relationship with food, the meal itself is just the event that you're having, and you're not having to do anything to earn the food that you're eating. And same with after the meal. You're not having to compensate or make up for anything that you're eating with your exercise or how you're eating later on in the day or the days following. Now that's a pretty extensive list, and if you were sitting here watching this thinking, wow, that sounds nothing like the relationship I have with food, I want you to know that it is possible to make changes and have a very different and healthy relationship with food. The first step towards a healthy relationship with food is identifying what your eating personality style is. And I've created something special for you that you can do in just 5 minutes to learn what your eating personality is. It is a new quiz that I've created for you, and you can find the link for it in the description box down below. Quickly take it and help identify what type of relationship you have with food, how you relate to it, the type of behaviors you might engage in. And I've got some quick and easy steps that you can take following that are going to help make shifts that are going to really improve your relationship that you have with food. Thank you for watching, and if this video resonated with you and where you are in your food journey, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video in my Food Freedom series. You can also hit that notification bell and you will be notified every time I publish a new video. And check out these videos here for more strategies and support in your journey towards food freedom. I'll see you in the next video.